don't know how to do this anymore. Jesus. Should I do an intro or should I just go into the vlog and then do an intro later? We are currently on our way to the event for Reese's Book Club's 100 pick. That's why they're doing a collaboration between Taco Bell and everything. I have my partner with me and he's currently driving. This is awkward, but I wanted to get on here and have this awkward intro because I have decided that I'm going to be vlogging now. There will be, I'll be putting out 2 videos a week. One that's like a normal planned video that has some sort of theme, and then the other one is basically a vlog video that will be on Thursdays, and it will be kind of like cut together, a little less, I don't want to say less polished. Knowing me, I'm gonna still have illustrations and pop-ups because that's my thing, but it will be a little bit more cut together and I'm out and about and things that I want to share that don't really fit into like a full-length clean video. And hopefully y'all like it. We will see. I'm obviously already awkward with this, but hopefully it will get better. I'll be taking some video at the Reese's Book Club event. I really don't know what to expect. There wasn't a lot of information given to me because I was just put on a list and not necessarily like put on any sort of emailing where I got like the lineup of what was happening and everything. I know that there'll be Taco Bell's new Cantina menu apparently there. We'll see. I think that there's authors and other creators there. I'm excited just to see like my work up on a mural area or whatever like that, like in this really big space and for 2 really big companies. So it's a big deal and I wanted to catch it on camera. And that's pretty much it so far. I'll check back in later at the event.
It's been such a joy all along the way, and also to adapt some of these books into film and on the screen. And I will tell you, Hello Sunshine is just getting started.
Best known for her work in The Help, in Hidden Figures, in The Shape of Water, and of course, our series Truth Be Told, which was made by Hello Sunshine for Apple TV+. But even more important than all of that, guys, she's here with us today on her birthday. So, as we welcome Octavia Spencer to the stage, can you please sing happy birthday? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I mean, for me as a first-time author and also as a memoirist, to have your story elevated and platformed in that way. The word collective has been used here. It feels like such a collective of women who just want to support each other. And so it's the gift that keeps giving, spiritually, internally, in all the ways.
So we are now back from our event and it was extremely nice. It was short and sweet and nice. and still like a lot of fun and everything. So had a great time. Octavia Spencer spoke, which was really nice as like their guest. And she's apparently working on the executive producing a new show, First Sly Wins, which is another Reese's Book Club book that is now being turned into a series, which is really dope. Also, they had some authors there. Tia Williams, who wrote 7 Days in June. Yulin Huang, who is the one who wrote their last book club pick, their May book club pick, which is How to End a Love Story, which is really dope. I got her new book along with, she like signed it, which is really, really cool. And she was just so nice. It was so great to meet her. And then also up there on their author panel was also Timby Locke, who wrote From Scratch. She wrote the book that was for that Netflix movie that Zoe Saldana was in that everybody was crying in. She wrote the book. So we also got her book, as well as First Sly Wins by Ashley Elston. She was also on the panel. And we got all these great books. They had what they were calling a book bar, which is really cool. I really love the idea of it being like, you like went up to it and they were like, which one would you like? Or like, what type of cocktail or whatever. And so they gave you these cute little canvas tote bags. Their whole thing was read more, live mass and everything. And they, like, if you were a thrill seeker, which of course I am, so I chose First Sly Wins. This one is supposed to be a undercover story where our main character, Evie Porter, she has like a life that she's starting to get sick of being kind of like this undercover target assassin type person. And the life that they've kind of assigned her with, she's kind of falling in love with. And there is some of the issue there. It came with a book and this cute little dad hat that says, read more, live más. And they gave you this cute little cookie that looks like their green salsa that Taco Bell is all promoting right now. So, had a lot of fun. They had some Taco Bell there. They're the chicken cantina Taco Bell meal, which I have not had Taco Bell in years. And when I did eat Taco Bell, which was back in like high school, I think that was the last time I had Taco Bell. I would love getting the quesadilla, the chicken quesadilla, so I got that. Still holds up, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not getting Taco Bell, like I'm not going back to like, oh, like let's get Taco Bell again. But it's good to know that it still holds up. If I was to ever like be like, oh, let me go get Taco Bell for whatever reason, or I need to eat Taco Bell. They had terrariums, which I did not get one, not because it wasn't a very cute idea, but personally because I will kill it. I have killed a cactus before. I know. And right now I'm looking at some plants that are on their last leg or about to not be with us anymore. Yeah, and I saw my work. Oh my god, I was so excited to see my work. I mean, I was tired, but at the same time, I was just like, this is like worth it. It looks so good. They actually were talking to me about it, and they all were so happy with the result. They were just saying, like, we're gonna send it to you in a frame. It turned out so well. I saw people who were looking at the stuff, and they were just like, oh, that looks so great. Like, I love that. Like, where'd you get, like, who did this and stuff? There was a little tablet thing that had my face and my little bio on it. So it was cool. It was really cool. It was really great. I think that, like, I want to maybe take some time right now to explain a bit about where everything's going right now, life and channel wise and stuff. As I've mentioned a lot on my Instagram now about, I just left what was like my first dream, and that was working in like a record label and in marketing of all things. After 6 years at UMG and 4 years at the company, it wasn't healthy for me anymore. And I was starting to lose my love for music. So I ended up quitting. This is where we are right now. we are starting a new internship. I know, which is, it's crazy, and I'm trying to remind myself that like you coming from a full-time job to an internship is still, it's still an internship and something, it's a pivot, and it's something, it's in an industry that you want to be in and everything. So I'm trying to remind myself that. But it is going into the art department at Penguin Random House children's books, to be specific. And I'm super excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited because it's something so new. But I'm excited to be like working within books. I'm excited to be designing book covers, designing book interiors, and everything. I really just want to see where that is. A lot of people, and myself included, like being 29 and nearing 30, like you're kind of, I think in my mind I was like, oh, okay, like you have a dream, you work all your life, you work a lot for this dream, and then when you've hit this point, like 30 or something, you're basically working on like, you know, being the best at that, you know. And now I'm like switching dreams, and I think I'm just realizing that like you're allowed to have more than one. And if one doesn't work for you, I proved it to myself that I could get there and I could do it, and that it wasn't a good fit for me, not the other way around, you know? Right now, I'm supposed to be on a 2-week break between me quitting and me starting the new gig. And week 1 is basically up now. Ask me if I took a break. I didn't. I actually spent all week working on this project, on this commission for the Taco Bell Reese's Book Club event. I told like the creative director at point that I was talking to, like I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Like I would be drawing and drawing for hours, and I'd look up and time had just like gone by, and I still wasn't any closer to finishing and everything. So I spent a lot of time on that, and I actually have a zine that I'm working with Your Spooky Mom on Instagram. Go check her out. If you're into horror or thriller, you need to go, and you're like, oh, I really love like bubbly women who are into horror and thriller, go follow Your Spooky Mom. She's amazing. Ellie is absolutely amazing, and I feel so lucky to be embarking on this project with her. We're working on Nightmare Curator, the zine, and we've been working with Nightmare Curator, the publishing company, for this zine. They approached Ellie, and Ellie approached me to work with her on this. And our main goal is to put at the forefront everybody in the horror community. I feel like in a lot of spaces that are very like larger in the horror and thriller community, you know, just like a lot of white men. And especially over recent years, that has been slowly moving away and letting in others who are in the community. And we want to add to that. We want to add to highlighting creators and authors and just folks of all kinds in the horror community. And that's what this zine is for, is just expanding that and making sure to make like an importance out of it and everything. So I'm super excited to show y'all. I'm super excited to see it myself because I still have to draw a lot of things. I am creative directing and drawing all of the illustrations, as well as doing a column for the zine. Ellie is working on, it's basically, the other day we kind of like figured out, it's like she's the voice and I'm like the visuals of Nightmare Curator. So everything you see is like been crafted by me. Everything you like hear, or like the captions or anything like that, the tone, is all Ellie. And so we've been working towards that. And so basically I'm shifting all of my focus to mainly knock out this zine because I literally have 4 or 5 days until the release, and I still need to put everything together. As for what this is, I kind of also wanted to take some time to maybe explain what this is going to be. My vlogging videos. I have been doing one video a week because of just my 9 to 5 being more like a 9 to 8, and not having enough time to really put out more videos. When I first started YouTube, I was aiming for 2 or 3 videos a week, which, looking back, I don't even know how I started doing that, to be honest. There was no room for me to be doing that. and everything, but I did like putting out that much content. And considering that this page is, in this channel, isn't simply just books, but my creative life and thrifting and Halloween and crafting and art and all of that, I feel like only having one video a week sometimes limits me a bit. And also it kind of puts me in this space where it has to be very clean sometimes, at least for me. So while I still want to put out weekly videos on Sundays, on Thursdays, I would like to start putting out weekly vlogging videos, where basically I kind of take y'all along on some of the more important things during that week, or things that I'm working on commission wise, or whatever the case is, now that I'm going to have a lot more time, as well as just a lot more living space. And I mean living space kind of in the sense of like time. Like I'm not going to be just working 24/7, and there's going to be just so much more flexibility on what I'm going to be doing, and so much more that I feel like is relevant to like where I want my life going and stuff. I kind of want to have this like track of that, and they're basically just gonna be bits and pieces of what was kind of happening, what I was doing that week. Some of those weeks I'm positive are gonna be me doing nothing and me just going, hey, the vlog today is just me sitting down and just talking to y'all about like something that was happening this week, or whatever the case was, you know? But I really feel like it'll kind of scratch this itch for me to kind of put like content out there that isn't just very like clean and like topic oriented and everything, and also is just a little bit less of a commitment and like low maintenance, as well as still presenting like my artwork stuff, because I feel like my art stuff is harder to kind of do like how I do my book stuff, or like my thrifting like Halloween stuff, which is, you know, just recording the process, me learning. I want to learn a lot of different stuff this upcoming year, like character design, because I suck at it. As well as like learning to quilt and everything. I really want to learn how to quilt. Next week, I'm supposed to be doing my first quilting class, which is really exciting. So yeah, I just kind of wanted something where it felt more at ease. I hope that, you know, this journey is enjoyable, at least for me. And I'll see y'all whenever I pick up this camera again to do a vlog. Hey y'all, basically I'm about to get on a small business coaching call. The peachfuzz.co on Instagram, or the Peach Fuzz, Elizabeth, she runs a it's doing very well, online business, and where she sells like home decor, accessories, jewelry, smoke things, and she's done really well for the last couple of years, and she offers a lot of free resources, but she also offers free coaching. And I thought that I would make the investment to kind of get some coaching to see what is kind of working or where I should be moving, because I have tried to kind of release stuff on Etsy and online, and some of that stuff is doing all right. Like I average about 1 or 2 orders a month, which, you know, is still fine. But I kind of want to, now that I have more time, I want to know more about what I should probably be doing, especially with my book stuff in conjunction with that. So I'm about to hop on that call. I'll check in right after the call to kind of tell y'all how it goes. Okay, I just finished up with my call. I was going to record bits and pieces of it, but then I was like, I don't want to do that. This is her business, you know. So I'm just kind of give y'all a bit of feedback on how the call went. It was really good. If anything, it kind of solidified. One, it gave me more confidence. I think that I felt like I was just kind of like, I know nothing, just like all vibes, no brain. And I realized that actually I know a lot more than I realized, and that it's a lot more common sense stuff than I also realized. That's not to say like the call wasn't useful. I think that if I hadn't been freelancing and everything, because a lot of it was applicable from like me being a freelance artist, like a lot of that information would have been useful. And I think that it really was a confidence thing. a lot of what we talked about, and one thing that I have an issue with is marketing my products, because I feel I don't want to be like some weird like, ugh, she's marketing products again, or whatever the case is. In which she was just like, dude, if they're following you and they actually like care about your voice and what you're doing, then you going like, hey, I like sell reading rainbow pens, which by the way, I sell reading rainbow pens. Then, and stickers or whatever, then like, you should do that. Like, you should definitely just keep on talking about that. And if you lose followers from that, then like, they don't really care about your voice, and like, why are they following you? You're still gonna do the stuff that you were doing before anyways, because that stuff gives you joy. You've just now added this new thing to the pot, which, hearing out loud, makes sense. And I think that a lot of it is just me getting in my own head. She did give me a lot of great information on wholesale in stores, so that's one thing that I want to do this year, is not just like really take off on my Etsy, but to be sold in more, like, I want to be sold in bookstores, especially indie bookstores and everything, and really take off from there. I think, looking at my Etsy right now, I have not done a revamp in like a year, essentially. The last time I added anything new to my site, my Etsy site, was Halloween from last year. And on that was my Halloween, my Trick or Sweet Inktober challenge, zine that I did. I released like a zine of that. And then I also released some prints, and I released these Black Witch representation stickers, which I did myself. Looking back and now looking at them, I love the sticker, and I still have the file. I want to get them professionally made because I bought this Cricut to make my own stickers. The problem is that I can't seem to find sticker paper that I'm happy with, or that's like the right consistency. Like, these bumper stickers were made on my Cricut, and they basically say Halloween is cool. There we go. And I love them. They kind of have this like vintage Halloween look to them or whatever. I kind of want to I do want to redo this middle portion and everything for this upcoming year, but it has these cute little like little people on it, and I want to do something with them. I want to do maybe even just like a little sticker of these Halloween people, now that I'm looking at it. We're getting off topic, but look at the paper itself is fine, but it's not great. Like, this would be great if I was doing stickers for journaling, not stickers that like you put on devices or on your like Stanley cup or whatever. This is my Poor Spinning Habits by the Scholastic Book Fair sticker, but these I had professionally done by like Sticker App or something, and they're just way better quality. They don't roll, like, they're waterproof and everything. They're vinyl stickers, and I love them. They're great. By the way, I'm selling them right now in my shop. So I think that that's one thing. I think the other thing is she had mentioned, you know, make sure you're making a buyer's bio. So who is it that you're selling to? And like, you know, build out that person as an actual person. And whenever you think of a new product idea, go, would, you know, name your buyer or whatever, like, you know, Cindy or whatever. Would Cindy want to buy that? And if the answer is like, I don't think she would, then like ask why she wouldn't. And if it's like clear as to why and it doesn't align with like what you would want even, then like maybe you just should sell it, as opposed to like ask that question again with another product. And if you're like, yeah, hell yeah, she'd buy it, then like, yeah, make the thing, you know. I also have an issue with confidence when it comes to products of mine. I don't have a problem like being like out there with like my work and what I do and stuff like that. Like, you go to my Instagram, you're here. I'm constantly promoting myself as far as an artist is concerned, but as a like small business owner, I feel very like not confident about it. And so I don't really put it out there, because in the past when I have started to sell things or anything like that, I've never really gotten a very strong that's a lie. During the pandemic, I got a very strong response, but I think that a lot of it felt like I think I felt like, oh, everybody has money sitting around, so that's why they're supporting me. But I'm also realizing that I was putting out there that I had the store like 24/7. Like I was constantly talking about it. So I just need to tap back into that like complete confidence that everybody has money in their pocket to spend on me and bring it back. As well as looking at my Etsy, I'm like, I just need to kind of do better here. I still need to finish the zine stuff. If you guys are wondering why I've not been posting on my Instagram hardly, there's your answer. It's because I'm overworked. At the same time, I am currently listening to The Vegetarian. The Vegetarian is basically what we're reading for the Midnight Society Book Club. I'm always like, I've got to like make sure I don't mess up. Midnight Society Book Club, which Reading Riley here on YouTube hosts. And she asked me, as well as Haley Hughes on YouTube, Haley Ann on Instagram, to host along with her. This month's book is The Vegetarian, which she'd give me some choices and I leaned towards it because of it being a PI month and me sticking to theme for what I read month to month. I'm really hoping that the ending of this book kind of is a good for her story. I really hope it's a good for her story. Oh, and other news too, I am now obsessed with X-Files. Me and my partner have been watching X-Files every night, which probably is contributing to me not finishing my work when I should be, now that I'm thinking about it. But we are obsessed with X-Files. It's so good. It's so good. I'm just like, this came out in 1983. Now, the first, of course, it's 93. So, of course, there's problematic episodes. We just finished one episode where I was just kind of like, okay, that one's it for me tonight. I'm excited to watch it again. We're now officially, like, obsessed. The truth is out there. Prepare for maybe some more, like, X-Files type stuff. I don't know, but I'm like, I definitely get the hype. It's like when I was watching Buffy last year for the first time, and I was like, oh, I completely get it. I mean, the last 2 seasons sucked, but like seasons 1 through 4, amazing. Absolutely get the hype. Really prime television. You just can't make stuff like that anymore. I've gabbed my jaws long enough. I think there's like 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes of film footage here. I also need to learn how to not talk so much during these things. So, I don't know how they cut them down. Like, how much is getting cut out, you know? See you in a bit. Hey, y'all. So, it is now Tuesday? I just stopped by the post office to drop off some orders. I'm now all the way in Pasadena because apparently camera stores are going out of business or something. I don't know, but I need an external hard drive, like bad. And apparently, newsflash to anybody who wants to start a YouTube or do video content, or even like tons of freelancing and everything, you're inevitably going to have to get yourself a hard drive, an external hard drive, and that thing is going to be expensive. And I don't mean expensive like, oh, I spent $80. I mean expensive like I'm about to go in here and drop $300 just so that I don't have to drop like $100 every month in order for me to have a place to save my files. So, just a little tidbit for you, because that was a learning curve for me. I mean, it's a write-off. I won't get that money until a year from now, but it's a write-off. I'm gonna go in here. I also want to see if, while I'm out here, I can hit a thrift store on the quickness before an appointment that I have. Maybe I'm doing too much. Who knows? Let's get in there and spend some money on something that I absolutely need but don't want to have to need. Okay, so we are at Savers. I literally have maybe 15-20 minutes worth of time to go in here real quick to see if there's any Halloween or books. Let's hope I can do it in that amount of time. We are back. A lot of things were learned One, as I have more accessibility to time and will be getting off earlier from work and things like that, is I need to remember, do not like leave the house too close to 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. for that matter. You will never get back to your house. I just like spent 2 hours in traffic, which isn't surprising. I live in LA. I know that, but I've been basically getting off from work at 7 or 8 o'clock. I'm missing traffic for so long that I've completely forgot where I live. So we learned that the hard way. But we're back. We're back and we have a lot to do. I did buy some things while I was at the thrift store. I actually went to 3 thrift stores. 2 when I got out of my appointment. But they both were like, there was nothing in them. So I'm just mentioning them to mention them. I didn't buy anything from them. But from the savers that I did go to before my appointment, low-key hit a jackpot. Really excited. I got this really great copy of Lord of the Flies. Look at this cover. Gorgeous. Absolutely love it. I read Lord of the Flies when I was a kid, and it kind of got me on this whole thing of classics. What I realized is that I actually just like the horror concept of these kids killing each other on an island. And this one was $2.99. So $3. I spent $27 and some change on all these books. That's less than one hardcover. So I have rationalized these purchases. I also bought Agatha Christie's Sleeping Murder. This is a Miss Marple's Last Case. And there's like a woman on the front of it that looks like basically she's been stabbed in the head with a pair of knitting needles. And it's amazing and it's very 70s and just amazing. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna read it. But it reminds me of when I also bought that other Agatha Christie novel that I found during my thrifting adventures while looking for Goosebumps, and how I was just sold by the cover. Again, I'm a sucker for covers. This one was also $2.99. The Savers that I went to is all the way in Arcadia, and they have an amazing book section. They have a ton of clothes. I swear it's probably the biggest Savers as far as clothes and books are concerned. Hardly any home goods. Like, their home goods just suck. I'm just so, like, that's such a great cover. Also $2.99. The tag today was silver. I got no silver. I feel like they do that on purpose. They don't want anybody getting there. I think it only works if you're, like, maybe shopping for clothes. Other than that, it's like, speaking of Goosebumps novels, guess what I found? A vintage certified Goosebumps novel. Look at this. It's so good. Oh my god. And someone had the audacity to hide this amongst the romance novels. And I know it was hidden, because why would it be in the romance novels? It was like tucked away in them too. I know that somebody put them there, and that's concerning, to be honest. Because now it's just kind of like, I remember when I went on that like thrift store adventure where I was literally looking for Goosebumps novels, and I was searching and I could not find any. And I'm starting to wonder if people just hid them in other sections where they were like, oh, no kid or horror lover would ever search in the romance Harlequin section. Let me hide it there for when I decide to come back and get it. Which I'm also kind of like, this was $3.99, pretty positive they kind of upcharged it a bit because it was a Goosebumps novel. Amazing. And it's definitely vintage. This was Kevin Ladow's, what was it? James Ladow. This was James Ladow's book. And Kevin of number 15 eventually had it. And it was well loved. It was in a book bag, for certain. And I love it. Absolutely love it. I got lucky. I got flowers in the attic an actual vintage copy, paperback copy of Flowers in the Attic. I am so excited. I have been looking for a copy and I can't wait to read it. Now, I have tried to read V.C. Andrews' other stuff before and it hasn't gotten me. I tried listening to an audiobook, definitely wasn't it. So we're going to try the original. Oh my god, this is amazing. It's like some Randy Barrett, The Landscape Cinder. Love a good vintage little bookmark. And we're gonna see like if it is really good. I don't know when I may read it. Maybe when I read Gone Girl and everything. I have this feeling that during the summer, maybe Flowers in the Attic is kind of like a summer thrilling type of thing. I don't know. But I did get it for $2.99. I'm really excited. I'm so excited. This was Jean Hernandez, 1988. I love it. Absolutely love it. So excited. So those are all of the vintage books that I got. Yes, because I did get more. And I'm really happy and excited for what I ended up getting. Now, my new releases, or newer rather. You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. I got the coveted horror thriller that everyone has been losing their minds about. And I'm like super excited to finally read this. Got that for $6 though, as opposed to the $20. And this is a brand new book. Like, I don't know if the person just got through a little bit of it and didn't like it. I don't know if they were an audiobook reader like me and then bought it and didn't even like crack it open. But this is absolutely a brand new book. Absolutely. So I can't even believe that it was there. Another one that I couldn't believe was there. S.A. Cosby's All the Sinners Bleed. I can't believe it's not been cracked. There's nothing here that says that like it was even opened. And again, it was $6. I think that's mainly because it was a hardcover. But that's crazy to buy for a hardcover when it usually is $28. I have not read S.A. Cosby. I know. Everyone has lost their mind about it. He's an amazing author, apparently. I've even like talked about him, especially during my I Love Black Horror readathon and everything. I've mentioned his work. And guys, there's so many books to read and only so much time to read them. And considering how I kind of work my TBR to celebrate certain like identities and everything per month, I haven't gotten back around to really reading any like black horror thriller or anything like that. But this will be read. I will figure out how to read this book, especially now that I have this copy. But I couldn't leave it there. It's like brand new and it was only $6. So that was crazy. And then last, I got what apparently was a book of the month book, and that was What Lies in the Woods. Okay, I've heard mixed results on this book. This one also does not look like it has been opened once. I don't know if they listened to the audiobook or if they heard some of the people who didn't too much care for this book and they were like, well, I'm unhauling books, let's get rid of it, or what. But it sounds interesting to me, so I kind of want to figure out my own thoughts around it and see how it goes. This also was $6. That was my like little haul from the thrift stores. The other two that I went to, I mean, I'm looking for Halloween right now, or seeing if I can get lucky kind of like on books and everything as I like stack up my TBR a bit. And I struck out. I really struck out on the Halloween. I don't know if they haven't gotten the message yet that it is showing up out there, which I've heard about the at-home code oranges. I'm not heading really to at home until I start to see that Halloween's officially out. I think that they're just trickling it out. And from what I've seen, a good portion of it are things that were from last year. So I think it's just overstock that they're putting out a little bit early to get people coming into the store. Yeah, I mean, it has the great, cat, the great blow mold cat, vintage looking cat is out. I will say that I am very happy to see some classic orange and black Halloween finally being put out, because the whole witchy purple black thing just was not cutting it for me. Yeah, we will see about that. I guess I'm just like, I'm waiting for just there to be like an official code orange. Right now, so far, it feels like at home it's just kind of like, this is a light code orange. And that's fine, because like I said, I want to be thrifting a lot this year for my Halloween decor. However, that means that these thrift stores need to start putting out their Halloween decor. So that was my thrifting excursion today. Now I have to figure out how to work this external hard drive. This needs to be set up somewhere. Well, not set up somewhere, but plugged in, so I can take everything off of my computer that are files from the past like 2 months of videos, which is taking up like all the storage on my Mac, and start putting it onto here, so that I can actually edit videos. That was another problem with why there wasn't a video that came out last week, is the fact that I hadn't picked this up yet, and I literally cannot download anything else onto my computer and work on the zine. So I finished the zine assets last night, which was great. I'm very proud of myself for finishing it, and also finishing them in an amount of time that didn't mean that I stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning. However, I still have to format the entire zine using InDesign, which I know very little about InDesign. I've not used it a lot for my work. So, but it's something that I'm really gonna have to use for my book design gig a lot. So we're going to be learning and creating all at the same time, which we love. That is basically the rest of my night. Yeah, we'll see if I check back in or if half of this is just gonna be B-roll. Hello. It's the very next day, and I did not film an intro because I was running late. But I just got out of my first quilting class, quilting circle, quilting group. I don't know. I had to drive all the way to Chatsworth, which, if you were from LA, and it was like at 5 o'clock that I had actually started driving around 3. So it was crazy traffic. It took me like nearly an hour and 45 minutes to get out this way, and it was so worth it. I don't know if I'll come weekly, but bi-weekly, definitely. It was the best thing for my soul ever. They're just like, not just old ladies, but there are some older ladies, and they're just like all nice, and it's ran by this super nice black lady who is just like, we're making quotes, and we're showing you how to do it for free. And I'm like getting ahead of myself. The place is called Quilting for Community. It is located in Chatsworth, California. And the whole point of the shop is to teach other people how to quilt, and also the quilts that you make are for people in hospice and hospitals. They give them away. So it's really, really great, and they get a lot of their bolts and fabric for really discounted, or it's given to them for free from Joann's or other places that may not need it anymore. They also sell fabric for hella cheap, but it was completely free. I found it online, and you would be surprised that a lot of quilting classes and places like that, they want to charge like nearly $180 for like one class. And that's not even like including learning the sewing machine. Like that in LA, it's like, oh, that's going to be $200 more. It's like, I just want to learn how to quilt. Like, my granny never got around to teach me. I don't think my granny knew how to quilt. She taught me how to hand sew, so I'm not completely useless. But she didn't teach me how to quilt, and I've always wanted to learn. And that was one of my things during this 2-week break and everything that I wanted to do. I wanted to fulfill my grandma need, and I wanted to start taking quilting classes. So that was 3 hours of complete and utter just greatness. They had really great music playing. Like, it was their like 90s hits, hip hop and R&B playlist, which was fantastic. All the people in there were so nice. They were just like, here, this is how you do it. And like, just very 90s quilting movie. It was really, really nice, and it fed my soul, and I will be there again. And it was completely and utterly free. I took home my pieces, and I'll be back to learn what I need to do next so that I can finish my quilt and then move on to the next design. It was just wonderful. There's some video and stuff that I've inserted either before or after this little talk that I just gave and everything. I am now about to get me some pho because I am like 45 minutes out from my house, but I still need to make food for myself this week. Am I running behind? Most definitely. But I also need to I have a lot to do when I get home. So I'm going to eat from this pho place. It's highly rated pho. So we will see. I'm so excited. Like, ugh, it was so nice. They were so nice. Okay. All right. That's it. Hey y'all, so I just finished up my live show for the Midnight Society Book Club with Reading Riley, and it was really great. I had a great time. I might have jabbed my jaws a little bit too long. I think I've now gone in history as the longest show that's ever been on the Midnight Society Book Club. But I think that, like, it was really great. We ended up reading The Vegetarian, which personally I rated at a 2.5. I think after the show was kind of finished and we had talked more about it, though, I was kind of leaning further to a 3. I just didn't have the most entertaining, amazing time reading The Vegetarian, although a good portion of my rating was going to the fact of, like, the meaning behind the book, which we talked a lot about. So go check that out if you have it. It was a really great show, and me and Elizabeth had a really great time. Fortunately, Haley couldn't join, and she was missed, but it was really great. I don't know if I would recommend it. I think if you were a fan of Chlorine and you wish that it was a slower burn or a little bit more intellectual, I would recommend The Vegetarian to you. But other than that, I don't know if it's something I would easily recommend and everything. So yeah, but it was a really great time. I'm glad that I was asked to be on. It was really great. Also today, the Nightmare Curator zine that I've been working nonstop on with Your Spooky Mom, Ellie, on Instagram, as well as DC Habib and Mia Hello from Nightmare Curator, the publishers. It's released today. So that was really exciting, and it's gotten a really great response so far. I'm just really proud of this thing that, like, we made, and that, like, you know, I designed, and I found out how to do a whole new type of illustration style, only using like 4 colors, and that's just really interesting. I can't wait until, like, more come out, which we're already planning next month, which is going to be a Pride issue. And yeah, I'm just really proud of everything that's kind of happened today. It is now 9 p.m. and I'm about to basically spend on a Thursday, and these videos, I completely lost track of what day it was. I guess that's kind of something that I've got to get used to, kind of working from home again and everything. But this video was supposed to come out today. That did not happen because for some reason I thought today, I don't know what I thought today was. I think I completely lost track of time, which was kind of the point of me taking a vacation in the first place of some kind. But regardless, the vlog that you are now watching was supposed to come out today. It will now be coming out tomorrow. Like I said before, though, I really want these to be just a little bit more loose and less like illustration everywhere, like my usual videos are. But I think I'm gonna end the vlog here and pick back up tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this first like vlog for many more to come, hopefully. If you guys liked it, we'll see where it goes from here. We'll see if some weeks nothing happens, then maybe a vlog doesn't happen. And maybe also, like, although I want this to come out on Thursdays, maybe some weeks it will have to be Fridays. I really want this to stay loose and be more of like me just kind of tracking what I'm doing and everything. I think I have a bad habit of not really paying attention to all the stuff that I'm doing because I'm so wrapped up in doing them. And I really want this to kind of be something that I can look at even for myself and go, wow, I can't believe you just did all that in 1 week. Or like all those vlogs like are for 1 month, whatever the case is. Next week I start my internship. So I'm excited. I have no idea what to expect. And I feel like I'm starting from scratch. And there's a really great feeling in that now that I've kind of sat in it. There's a really great feeling like I'm starting something new again. And I feel a lot more open to just experiencing something, and rather than like having something planned out and moving up some sort of ladder of some sort that I've had in my mind. So look at me having breakthroughs on camera. That's crazy. I have to talk about that in therapy. But thanks y'all for joining, and catch y'all in the next one. Bye.